What's up, everyone? Today we have another fantastic compilation featuring the best stories from our confession. These 5 incredible tales will shock and entertain you. Subscribe if you're new here. This story is titled I Robbed a Pub for an Entire Year. And Somehow Walked Away Everyone's Favorite Bartender, posted by you/TalkingDrag0n. It was 2003, I'd just left school, 18 heading for 19. And I got to go overseas to the UK, specifically London, for a couple years. Ended up in a pub, proper local and very old school place at the time. First real job, knew nothing about pubs, but they made me bar manager after a couple months. Because I was big, and could do the cellar work and stock easy, I guess. Still on minimum wage, of course. Got really good at the job quick, best bartender they had, everyone loved me. Then, I started taking cash. When someone paid exact money, I'd just pocket it and not ring it in. Did the stock reports myself, so I'd fiddle the numbers to hide what I took. Same with beer, we'd finish at 2 or 3 a.m., me. And a couple of close colleagues would stay back and drink loads of beer, extra cold Guinness to be clear. Then, I'd knock it off the stock sheet so it balanced. To be honest, we sold so much beer, I don't think changing the numbers on my reports mattered. Wasn't broke, wasn't struggling, just an immature kid on shit money who thought he was clever. Spent it on cigarettes, booze, and taxis home when I finished late and there was no bus. Only small amounts really, probably £10 to £30, and only when I needed some financial support. Stayed a full year. When I left, the GM begged me to stay, offered me a proper promotion, free accommodation, and everything. This story is titled I Bought Lube at Walmart Even Though I Was Really Nervous, posted by you/unknown. Moving on to our next incredible story. In the health and wellness area, they sell condoms, lube, small selection of sex toys, pregnancy tests, and other stuff. The thing is, they have it locked up. And you have to ask an employee for assistance to get what you want. I wanted lube. I masturbate frequently and I never like just using my hand. Every time I bought lube, I always got it online. This time I ran out of lube and I couldn't buy it online. Always heard retail stores like Walmart, Target, sold it. As much as I wanted it, at the same time I was thinking that I really don't want to ask for assistance for this personal item. But then at the same time, I told myself that if you want it, then that's what you have to go through to get it. They only see your purchase, nothing after that. I went ahead to Walmart, asked for an employee, and she opened it up. I pointed to her what I needed. She grabbed it and we went to check out. No judgment or awkward inconvenience. When I got in my car, I told myself, you see, that's all it is, with it being such a simple interaction. And nothing out of the ordinary, it's extremely likely they won't even remember you, and plus they don't know your life. This story is titled I, 31F, have been on a crack binge for the last 5 days, posted by you/more to the surface. Our next story is equally fascinating. I started my binge on Monday and have smoked literally all day and all night. I drained my money, and it doesn't help that I can also get it for free. I can't seem to put it down. I keep telling myself I can stop before it gets too bad, yet haven't stopped yet. It's very scary. This story is titled A Romantic Interest I've Been Trying to Avoid Meeting in Person Might Have Recognized Me at Work and Realized Why I've Been Avoiding Him. I'm Freaking Out, posted by you/Extreme Doubt 8931. Our next tale is absolutely wild. I made a throwaway for this because, as pathetic as it sounds, I'm honestly so embarrassed. Over the last 2 years, I've gained a huge amount of weight. It started because of depression, and I spiraled. I'm not just a bit bigger, I'm fully obese now. My self-esteem is completely wrecked. I don't recognize myself anymore and I hate how I look. About 3 months ago, I started chatting with a guy who works in the same building as me. We're in the same big work group chat, and I privately replied to something he said. Somehow, from that one message, we ended up talking constantly, texting, having hours-long phone calls, flirting. Right away, I kept telling him I didn't want to start anything, and that we should stop messaging. I kept trying to pull away. Because we were getting close, and I knew I couldn't handle eventually meeting him in person. This is because he has only seen old photos of me, back when I was a normal, healthy weight, and looked completely different. I never showed him what I look like now. I know that's basically catfishing. I feel awful about it. It's pathetic, but I was too ashamed. I kept telling him we should stop, but I couldn't bring myself to explain why. So I'd make excuses like I'm not ready for a relationship even though emotionally I am, and I really like him. We have so much in common. And we had those long phone calls, even falling asleep together every night. But I knew it was impossible. He kept insisting we keep talking, saying we didn't need to meet until I was ready. And I kept giving in because he's so understanding, and caring and sweet and respectful. But the whole time, I knew I could never meet him. I learned what his preferences are, and I know my current appearance doesn't fit them at all. Even if he claimed he didn't care, I would still care. I could never let him see me like this. I'm so ashamed of myself. I'm terrified he'd be just as disgusted as I am. Either he'd reject me, or he'd be hurt that I wasn't honest, or he'd pretend it didn't bother him because he's too nice, none of which I want. And honestly, I don't want to expose my body in its current state to anyone. I can't even look at myself in the mirror anymore without feeling sick. Even if I wasn't fat right now, even my skinny version didn't have the attributes I know he desires, so me and him being together either way is impossible. In my old pictures I always wore baggy clothing. And nothing revealing so he couldn't see what's underneath. But of course, we're still talking, and it's gotten serious. He keeps saying he's staying, that he's not letting me push him away. And that if I need space, he'll wait as long as I need to. Then, today, something insane happened. I was walking in the corridor near his section of the building. And he came out with his friend. They walked up to me. His friend asked if I had card access to a back exit. And he was standing right there next to him, looking at me while I answered. I panicked. I didn't make eye contact, just said no. And the second they walked away, I fled as fast as possible. I'm almost sure he recognized me. He must have. Yes, I'm obese now, but I still have the same face, same hairstyle, the same distinctive hair accessory he's seen in the old photos, plus I was wearing a name badge with my first name on it. I'm convinced he realized it was me. And that I look completely different now, and that the photos he's seen are old. I've been anxiously waiting to see if he messages me saying he thinks he saw me. I'm terrified. I didn't want this to go any further. I did, emotionally, but I knew it couldn't. I never wanted him to meet me, never wanted him to see how I look, never wanted to risk seeing disgust or pity on his face. I can't deal with the humiliation of him realizing the difference between my old photos and my current reality. I just had to tell someone because I am spiraling with shame and anxiety. If he recognized me, then he finally knows the real reason I kept trying to end things. And yes, I know what you're probably thinking. What a joke. What a horrible person. I've thought all of that myself. I just needed to confess to someone. Anyone. This story is titled Everyone Thinks I'm an Only Child. Because I told them, I'm not, posted by you/novelball433. And now for our final story of today. Just discovered this subreddit today and decided to share my confession. I come from an all-girls family. We spent our childhood living in poverty and fighting to survive. I was SA'd as a kid by my /mom boyfriend, and this sent me on a downward spiral, resulting in not graduating school, not going to college, becoming an alcoholic and getting incarcerated. I grew up in a town that is ridden in poverty. The sheriff knew my name well. 15 years ago, I made the hardest decision ever, to get out of this town, go back to school, and thus begin the fight to get out of poverty. It wasn't easy. I was homeless for a while. I lived in tents. I was working multiple jobs whilst attending school, and I only had myself. I still don't remember exactly why I just decided to leave. I knew part of me didn't want this lifestyle. I went to school during the day and worked for a large retail chain at night. I had a full-time job, a weekend job, and any side hustles I could pick up. I then got into a community college and decided this was my fresh start. I made a lot of friends from college. They wanted to get to know me and would often ask about my family. I lied and said I was an only child and grew up in care. Many questions weren't asked after that. But they supported me in the holidays, they made me part of their family, and their family made me part of the family. I got to spend Thanksgiving and Christmas with them, an experience I never got. My partner of 10 years and everyone who knows me believes I'm an only child due to the lie I told about my childhood. Do I regret telling this lie? Absolutely, but it's a secret I am willing to take to my grave. I don't even consider myself to have siblings anymore. It's been 15 years. And we haven't spoken to each other at all. I do wish my siblings all the best in life. I hope they're in a better position now, but I don't see them as siblings at all. That wraps up today's incredible Reddit stories compilation. If you enjoyed these amazing tales, hit like and subscribe for more daily content. What was your favorite story? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.